All right, yeah, I'll make a part two now, because I didn't touch on enough what I wanted to elaborate on. I wanted to further go into the topic of potential opponents of Zelenoff. You know, uh, YouTube, uh, can I say it? I don't want to say it like that. YouTube channel opponents. That doesn't sound right. Just obviously, Zelenoff has a lot of haters and guys that would love to get in the ring, and mix it up, just go at it. Mm. I think like as far as the most popular choice right now is obviously Mr. Frederick Young as a good candidate as Zelenoff's next. It's not going to be his next victim, that's for sure. It's his next opponent, his next loss, very, very likely. If I could give Frederick Young advice, I would say just, from watching his videos, just stick to using the boxing because, he seems like a good, crafty boxing stylist type, good fundamentals from what I've observed in the videos. So he should just stick with that plan. I wouldn't stand and slug with Zelenoff because, you never know. I mean, I guess he has sort of a puncher's chance. You got to take that into consideration. I've seen Zelenoff's heavy bag videos, and, he looks like he does have some pop, at least from certain angles, like when he's really revved up, when he's really hyped up, like if he's really angry or something. So I would take that to serious consideration and don't fight his fight. Don't stand there and slug it out with him. Me myself, if I was boxing Zelenoff, I would use basically the Philly shell defense tactic and just sort of let him punch himself out, basically. At my age, I can't really dance around the ring much anymore. I'm more or less a flat-footed type of guy myself these days. I would just be doing that, that defensive thing, just sort of keeping my head down and away, and just kind of lunging out with the jab, boom, boom, and just keep my hand up and just sort of circle around and let him do the excess working, the excessive aggression, while I just sort of pick off his punches, just let him slide off, like the old defensive masters. They just they roll away from the punch, and I got really, really long arms. I don't know if anybody's noticed. I got a 75-inch reach myself. That's 6'3" reach, and I'm a little under 5'10" actually. I'm like maybe 5'9" and 3/4, 5'9" and a half. It kind of varies day to day. Depends how my back is, because I got like some certain degree of scoliosis. Yeah, in my back, unfortunately. But it's not as big of a deal as you would perceive. I'm still a really highly functional type. I work, really hard, and I still work out. So going back to what I was saying, I think Frederick Young should exclusively incorporate his boxing style, and just be real patient and let Zelenoff punch himself out. I wouldn't be looking for a knockout. I know people like that style. I understand they like that aggressive, exciting action, Mike Tyson type style. They love to see the knockouts, but like I was saying, I think Frederick Young shouldn't go looking for the knockout. I think he should be patient. And he seems like that type anyway. Seems like, you know, like a boxer, purist, fundamentalist type of style. You know, that's what I see, and that's a great style for against Zelenoff. You know, he's got to just put on a clinic. Don't try to go for the knockout. You don't have to with somebody like Charlie Z anyway. He can easily punch himself out if he's going for the knockout. But if he sits back, then we'll see something maybe kind of similar to when he went against Krav Maga guy and also that Emmanuel guy. Except Frederick, I think, will be more fleet of foot than those guys, obviously. He'll be incorporating more angles, and he should just keep poking out that jab, basically. I see that as a great, offensive equalizer. That's what he should rely a lot on, the jab, and just keep moving around. And, and like counter punching also. Keep watching Zelenoff's fights just to, study his style, just so you know what style to use. Like I said, I don't think he should just stand there and go for the knockout and slug it out. I wouldn't do that either. I would just let Charlie Z punch himself out, because he always has a lot of aggression. He always goes for the knockout. And the best I've seen of Zelenoff is when he's, getting more into a relaxed boxer mode. That's like the best I've seen of Charlie Z. But yeah, like I was saying, from the videos I've seen, he can hit though. I've seen he can hit from certain angles pretty good. But it's not like frightening, terrifying level of power if you just stick with your fundamentals. Just incorporate good basic defensive tactics and stick with the fundamentals. I know I keep saying that word. I'm just trying to think what else I could say in this video. I know there's a lot of others that like to box Zelenoff. A lot of others. I've seen the comments. It's hard to say what Charlie Z, what he's going to do from this point on. What his take is going to be about the entire Derek the Giant, aka Derek Riles. I should say Derek Riles, aka Derek the Giant. The entire footage. What Charlie Z, what he's going to think of all that. I wouldn't be surprised if he just makes excuses and says, "Oh, it doesn't count because I was sparring." He might just turn it around and just say that he was going easy on Derek or something. He was sparring, but it's very clear that he was trying to knock out Derek. He was really, really trying, and Derek was really going easy on him until right at the end when he had Charlie Z measured. He knew his style, and he knew just when and where to knew just when to go for it. For a while though, he was just kind of measuring his opponent, and then he went in and got the KO. But I think most people shouldn't go for the KO against Charlie Z. I think most should just let Charlie Z punch himself out and study more about defensive stylists. Incorporate that. That's my advice to many potential Zelenoff opponents. I gotta cut it.